What is going on, guys? Welcome to another update video. Hercules, where are you? You gonna keep me company? Can you see him? Can you see his face? Can you see his face? Anyways, let's get into the update, guys. So, checked my weight this morning. We are back up 186.7. So, biggest reason behind that is I've been consciously trying to eat more. Like I've mentioned in previous update videos, gaining weight right now, or keeping even my weight up to the mid 180s has been a bit of a struggle, just with work and being so hot outside, just sweating a lot, you're burning a lot of calories. So I was seeing the weight go down. I think at my highest over the last month or so, I was maybe like 187 on a good day. And I was down to 184. I even think I saw 183 over the last week or two. But we've been focusing on getting that food in, right? Which is the goal. That is key when you're trying to get bigger. You're trying to build muscle. You need to eat. A lot of young guys out there don't want to eat. They don't want to lose those abs. But I'm telling you guys, you get the abs back later. You got to build muscle. You've got to eat. You've got to fuel that. So this past week, just been really trying to keep the calories high. My food during the day, I would say from Monday to Friday when I'm working at my carpentry job, meals 1, 2, 3, 4 are very, very the same, basically. Meal 1 is typically oatmeal with protein, or like a cereal with protein or something like that. And then meal 2 around 10 o'clock is kind of a smaller meal, so it's always a protein bar with some kind of fruit. Typically it's a banana or an apple, or maybe a couple little like clementine, little oranges, and then some rice cakes, so good chunk of protein in the bar, and then a good shot of carbs. Then lunch, one thing I want to mention, up until this, I guess I started it last week, so we're 2 weeks now, I always took chicken and rice for lunch. And I didn't really think much of it, but with it being in my lunch pail all day, my lunch pail isn't like a cooler, I guess you could say. It's insulated, and when you put ice packs in it, obviously things stay cool, but I wouldn't say it's cold in there, right? So I noticed every time I'd have my chicken and rice the last little while, I wouldn't feel very good. I would get kind of bloated and gassy, and just I didn't feel good after I ate it. And it wouldn't take long, like within like 20 minutes after eating it, when we get ready to go back to work after lunch break, I was like, frig, like I don't feel too hot. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna take that out and see what happens. So I took chicken out because I thought maybe I had developed maybe like an intolerance to chicken, which can happen if you have, from my understanding, if you have too much of the same food for a long period of time, you can develop an intolerance to it. I don't know the science behind it, guys, and all the details, but it's just something that I've read and heard about. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna take chicken out for a little bit. So I was taking, sorry, I thought my dog was puking in the background of this video. I was taking egg whites and rice instead. So I would just, instead of having, 5 ounces of chicken, I think it was like a cup and a half of egg whites and the same amount of rice, and it was fine. But same thing, I wouldn't feel very good. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's the rice that's not sitting very well. So what I've been doing is taking chicken wraps. So I take 2 pita wraps. I think they're 6-inch pita wraps, 2 of them. I think it's like 40 carb for 2 of them. And then I sprinkle a little bit of cheese in there, a couple strips of lettuce, and then I take my chicken and 2.5 ounces in one, 2.5 in the other, and I've got these awesome chicken wraps every day for lunch. And knock on wood, haven't had any issues. So I don't know if it's the rice as a whole that's causing me issues, or if it's just because the temperature, it's not staying as cold maybe, and it's just not sitting well with my stomach. But regardless, we've been taking wraps for lunch. So that's just something I want to touch on really quick. So with that all being said, been eating quite a bit more, trying to get in the calories. Yesterday I had pizza because off season and we need calories. And the day before that, went out for breakfast and basically got like the biggest thing that you can get, I just look through the menu and I'm like, okay, 800 calories, 700 calories, 800, 1200. Okay, I'm gonna get that one, please, 1200 calories. But it's got to be done. And one thing that with me right now is the extra food is fueling my training. So let's talk about training this week. This week has been really good, but also very, very painful. Not in a bad way, just my body's been sore, but that's just because we've been really pushing it in the gym. So let the footage roll. It might even been already playing, I don't know, because I'll have to edit this after. But Thursday night, myself, Carrie, my fiance, and then Haley and Isabel, which are two clients of mine that have both competed in bikini. Haley and Isabel came from Belleville, where we used to live. Obviously, Carrie and I had moved to this new home in Kingston. Anyway, they had come up here to work out with us. So on Thursday night, we had a nice little Team Rollins upper body session, which keep in mind, I would normally have done this workout on Tuesday, so I'd have plenty of time to recover for when I had bench on Friday, when I would do my push session. So when I say upper body, it was basically back and biceps with a little bit of triceps, because I didn't want to do any push, chest, even shoulder exercises, because this being Thursday, that's nowhere near enough time to recover on Friday, and I didn't want to risk being sore, which we don't want that, right? So we did some upper body, lots of back stuff. Basically took them through my workout, just modified a little bit, because normally when I do upper on Tuesday, there is a chest movement in there and a shoulder movement, but we took that out. So we just did back. We did pull downs, we did cable rows, we did, what else did we do? Single arm, hammer throw, some curls, a little bit of tricep, and basically called it a workout. I think we were done in an hour. Then Friday, meeting up with a buddy, we were gonna do push, but I was like, you know what? I'm in the off season. I don't mind having flexibility with my training. As long as I get the main stuff done, I'm not too picky. Whereas when I'm in prep, I got my plan, I'm gonna follow it. Off season, because, you know, I'm gonna build muscle, you know, doing different things, I'll do that. So normally I do flat bench, incline dumbbell press, some flies, some shoulders, some triceps. That's my Friday push workout. Buddy comes in and he's like, we're gonna do chest today. I said, we're gonna do all chest? He's like, yeah, sure. Maybe a little bit of biceps. I'm like, I'm not doing biceps. Okay, we'll do chest. So, wrecked chest, absolutely destroyed. That was Friday, today's Sunday, and I'm still just as sore as I was yesterday, just from the more volume, right? When I do like my push workout, I do flat bench, I do incline dumbbell, and some kind of fly, and that's basically it. So 3 movements, say it's like 10 working sets, and that's it. We did way more on Friday. So I did my flat bench, 280 guys. I was like, okay, I want to do my flat bench. He can't bench super heavy on flat for some reason. He's got a bit of an injury, so I did that by myself. Got 280 for 5, which was heavy, and 280 for 4 after that. And then just for giggles, usually I would do a back off, a lighter weight, which this week should have been 250, I think, for shooting for around 10. But because we were gonna do more later, I didn't want to completely burn out my chest. So I was like, I'm gonna do 300 just to see what I get, just for fun. So I ended up hitting 300 for 2 with a pause. Keep it down, man, I'm trying to video. This guy, no respect. Anyways, 300 for 2, really happy with that. Then we went into incline dumbbell press, which we did a superset. So we did incline dumbbell press, and then right after that we bumped. So like when I do incline, I only go like 1 notch up, and then so we do incline dumbbell press here, and then we bump it right up almost to like the point where it's almost a shoulder press, and then we grab one of the fixed bars that go from 20 to 100, I think, and then we just burn it out with like a really wide grip, and that's what got me sore, because I don't usually do that stuff. But on incline dumbbell press, guys, I got 120s for I think 6 or 7 reps. I can't remember if he helped me on the 6th or the 7th. I think it was the 7th, so I'm not gonna count it. Really happy with that. I've never done that before, so super stoked about that. And then yesterday, leg workout, did deadlifts, got to 425, I think, for my sets of 3. And then RDLs with 350, I believe, for 3 sets of 10. Then we did some squats, some leg extensions, all that stuff. And that was again with a new client of mine, Aaron. He is 19 and looking to get into bodybuilding. So game plan is to spend the next solid year to year and a half like trying to grow. He's very new to the gym. He's less than 6 months, I think. He's been going consistently. He's got a very good base. So I'm excited to hopefully, take him and mold him into this, young bodybuilder, which is going to be super fun, a little pet project. And it's nice that he's local because we can train together, which is always fun. So update on the training side of things taken care of. So I want to talk about quickly, like I mentioned in the last video, trying to have a subject per video. I think that'll provide, obviously these are kind of general updates as to how I'm doing and progressing and stuff, but I also want some information that you guys can take away from these videos. So me right now, looking ahead, next week I'm gonna do a deload. So that's kind of what we're gonna talk about right now, is a deload. What is it? Why would I do it? Why would someone want to do it? Pros and cons and all that kind of stuff. So a deload, basically, guys, you're on your program, whatever you're following, whatever methods you're using, how you're training, you're gonna get to a point, and for some it might take 2 months, for some it might take 6 months, 7 months, it might take a year before you feel like you might be a little burnt out. And that can come in many ways. Could be, you're not sleeping as well, recovery's a little bit less, maybe kind of where I'm at right now, you've been progressing, and you're starting to hit a bit of a plateau. So your body might just need a little bit of a break before you push hard again. That's where I'm at right now. I'm at the point now where I think for a solid 2-3 months, I've been really, pushing the weight in the gym and seeing good quality progress in the gym. Weights are going up, I'm hitting numbers I've never hit before, performance in the gym is good. But just this week, I think kind of capped off where I need a little bit of recovery. This week, I just felt not more fatigued than usual, but just like, obviously the weights are heavy and there's no way around it, right? Like 300 pounds is always gonna be 300 pounds, but you kind of get to a point where you're building up to this point where you're kind of capped out with your current progress. You need to dial it back a little bit, get a little kind of rejuvenation in the system, I guess you could say. So for me on a deload, still gonna go to the gym, but I'm not gonna basically go in and dial back the weight, dial back the volume and intensity, just go to the gym. Obviously I love going to the gym, right? So I'm gonna go to the gym, but just kind of get some blood flowing and just get some feel good workouts. And then come next week, be fresh and ready to go. And then next week, probably switching up some exercises, right? So instead of doing flat bench, I might go to an incline bench. Instead of doing conventional deadlift, I might do like a sumo deadlift. Just switching things up and then try to progress those lifts, right? Just like I've been doing with these ones. So then 2 or 3 months down the line, those lifts are going up. Then we start to plateau, we deload again, and then maybe we come back to the flat bench and the conventional deadlift and that kind of stuff. So that's kind of my process with a deload. Some programs, I've run them too, especially when I was doing like more powerlifting stuff, they would program a deload. So they would say, okay, on week 1, 2, and 3, you're gonna go. Week 4, you're gonna deload. The problem I have with that is that, I use my current training right now for an example. I've been like 8 or 10 weeks now of just riding this wave of progress in the gym. If I was told like, okay, you got to deload, I'd be kind of like upset. Week 4, they're like, okay, you got to dial it back a little bit. I'm like, man, I'm in my groove. Why do I gotta dial it back? So my approach with deloads for myself personally is very intuitive. If I need it after 12 weeks, on week 13, I'll take it, right? If I don't need it till week 20, then I'm not gonna mess with it, right? If the signs of a deload aren't there, right? If my sleep is still good, my training is still good, still feeding myself well, then I'm just gonna keep going, right? I'm gonna keep running with it. Why? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? If you're going strong, and then all of a sudden your coach or your program's like, nope, you gotta dial it back. It's like, it kind of be discouraging, right? And your motivation, can dwindle if you have to do something you don't want to do, right? With anything, right? Not just training, but like if you're told you have to do something you don't want to do, you're just like, meh, right? So if you're if you're going to the gym on that deload week and they're like, okay, you're only gonna do this, and you're only gonna do this, and you're like, I wanna do more, and they're like, no, can't do it. It just sucks, right? So when it comes to deloads, I'm a fan of the intuitive approach. Again, if you're following a coach that has all, very extensive knowledge and experience about the program they're having you run or whatever, then obviously I would say listen to them versus me. But if you're doing this by yourself, like I am right now, listen to your body, listen to the signs, and you'll know when it's time, right? Me right now, I got one more workout today, which is a pull workout, and then next week we're gonna dial it back a little bit and let the body recover, and then the week after that, come back strong, ready to go. I've done this long enough that I know my body and how it responds to things, right? So that's my approach with deloads, guys. There's a time and place for them, and they have their benefits, but don't force them, right? Don't commit to every 4th week you need to rest and deload, because if you're smart with everything, you can probably squeeze out more time and more progress before your body needs that time away. So yeah, hopefully that answers some questions about deloads for you guys and what to do about them and all that kind of stuff. So that's my update video for the week, guys. Hope you guys are enjoying these. Again, let me know if there's stuff you want me to talk about. Comment below, send me a message on Instagram at Leroy_Rowlands_fitness. What do you guys think about them getting rid of likes? What do you think about that? I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but Instagram's trying out this feature where you can see your likes. So, if I like a photo, say I like your photo, it'll say liked by Leroy Rowlands and others, right? You click on it, then you can see all the likes. Whereas before it would say liked by 100 people and blah, blah. Now, you can't see anybody else's likes, but you can see your own if you click on it. So, I don't know, their whole point of it is to try to get people away from comparing themselves to others, which I can get behind. I don't think we should be doing that. I don't be comparing yourself to others. Compare your journey to someone else's journey, or your car to their car, or your house to their house. I just think that's dumb. But it's hard because that's what we're surrounded by nowadays. So yeah, let me know your thoughts about that. That's just something that just came across my mind. So anyways, thanks for watching the video, guys. And we'll see you all in the next one.